Now, this time, don't worry. I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna do all that shit. I'm just gonna state something. Alright? I can't believe I have to talk to y'all about Bethel Raid. No, I'm not gonna tell y'all how to do it. I already have a video about that. No, we gotta talk. We gotta set down. We gotta set down some rules. And the reason why we gotta set down some rules because I am sick and tired of kicking people out of my raid parties. Yes, that we're gonna start off there. So you're probably wondering, well, why the fuck do I keep getting kicked out of your raid parties, Shiharu? Well, remember a couple of videos ago, I said to not skip gears, and then I put don't skip gears on my guide, and then I kept mentioning literally everywhere in the game and on the Discord to not skip gears. There's a reason why. Do you guys know that 18 mil on the minimum TCP? You'll see it. If you go to Dream Theater, you go to the raid mission finder, you'll see that Bethel has a minimum TCP of 18 mil, right? I would very much rather be 20 mil before heading into that raid. And the reason why is because you don't want to be dead weight. Let me tell you why. First off, let's start with the bunny phase. When you go into Gurmit, there are 3 bosses in Bethel Raid. Before you fight Bethel himself, there is Gomery, there is Annabelle, and there is Lovecraft. When you go into Gomery, the very first phase is a teamwork based phase. Everyone has a position. Here's the thing though. Say you don't have somebody to carry you, right? Or because you guys know, because everyone knows that I often carry for Bethel Raid. Say I'm not there, right? And you guys have a team full of, let's say, 20 mil. No 30 mils, no 40 mils, just you guys being 20 mil. Now, say you decide to show up there with, let's say, 14 mil or 15 mil. You don't know how to play your character well. You're just trying to get them up. You don't know mechanics at all. What are you going to do? What if y'all don't know how to chug pots? What do you do then? Yeah, you'll die, but remember, you can only die twice. Now, say you can't DPS through phases and everything. So you actually have to do the mechanics. What will you do then? See, that's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't recommend skipping gears. I would recommend taking your time with getting your TCP, fixing your chip. Please, have your chips fixed. Have your PNA max. Have a bit of mutant PNA on you if you can. If you can get a carry for the research facility where you get your mutation points and stuff like that. Work on your mutant PNA if you have to. I would just rather have you guys be at least 20 mil before you step into Bethel Raid. So you won't be entirely dead weight. And you won't die. Because if you're below it, let's just say, you guys remember, you probably haven't noticed it, or you probably have noticed it. Some of you do read, some of you don't read. But let me tell you this. Certain dungeons, if you don't have the required item level, you're going to have this cloud on your head, right? And here's what this means. You take more incoming damage than you're normally supposed to because you're below the item level. And you don't do damage either. You do negative, actually. You do less damage than you normally do, and you take more incoming damage. Hence why I kept encouraging people to pay attention to your item level. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing for TCP. There are some dungeons where you can actually solo with lower TCP if you know what you're doing, if you know the mechanics. Only do that when you know the mechanics like the snap of a finger or like the back of your hand. Only do that if you know the mechanics well, if you study. Study mechanics, know the mechanics, either way. I understand that it's the new raid. You really want to see what it's all about, but listen, the raid is not going anywhere. I would still rather take my time with my gear before I hop into this raid. I would want to be, you know, I would want to feel confident and prepared when I go into this raid. But you guys showing up at 7 mil TC. I've seen a Yunha try to show up in this raid with 5.4 mil TCP. Baby, why are you in this raid? You should, if anything, you should be focusing on doing Bisan, or you should be focusing on doing Bisan or doing Roach raid before you do Bethco raid. Why are you trying to skip so many steps? This is also why I don't recommend skipping gear. If you learn the game, guys, please, you learn the game better if you go through the actual gear progression. You will learn the game better, so that way when you go Bethco, you'll be like, oh, this reminds me of this, or oh, this reminds me of that. You know, stuff like that. This is why I keep stressing to you guys to stop skipping gears. This is probably like my, I don't know. I probably said this. I don't know how many times I've said this. I said this so much because I really don't recommend anyone doing this shit unless you know what you're doing. 9 times out of 10, you don't. 9 times out of 10, people don't know what they're doing, but they still do it. And what happens? They're sitting there. They're the main one. They are the main ones asking for carries and everything. When really they could do it themselves. If they went through the necessary steps, if they went through the learning and the progress, then they can do it themselves. But they can't because they decided to skip some steps. Then, you know, that's also a faster way to burn yourself out. That's also a quick way to be like, oh, this game is boring now. I don't want to play this game no more. I'm putting this game down. Yeah. There's a reason why I keep telling people, take your time. Take your time with gearing. Take your time with TCP. Build yourself up before you walk in this thing. I understand that some of y'all have alts that are not around the raid thing and you know mechanics. Okay, at least, okay. I'll give you a pass if you know mechanics. I will give you a pass if you know mechanics. But if you don't, please do not. Please stop. Now, my next part. Bethagor is machinery. We have... Okay, you guys remember armor types, right? I've covered armor types. I covered armor types on the guide before actually really having to dive into it. I actually have a video of me covering armor types. I have it in my... I think I have it as one of my advice videos. My past ones. I covered armor types. Well, let's say that armor types is now called mutant PNA, right? I'm pretty sure you probably have heard of armor types or by looking at amplifier. You probably heard of armor types or seen stuff. Let's say in the past you may have seen damage increase against unarmored, damage increase against lightweight, damage increase against heavyweight. Yes. Well, now that's a new system called Mutant PNA. For those who are coming back and don't really know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to Mutant PNA now. There are actually 9 types, but there's currently 6 available, right? There is Humanus, Deep Sea, Angelic, Machinery, Wild, well, not Wild. Hold on. Humanus, Angelic, Machinery, Deep Sea, Insectus, and Draconus, right? Bethagor is Machinery. Do you ever wonder why recently I started saying have Machinery on? It's because Bethagor is Machinery. If you have Machinery on and level 2, I would prefer that you guys have it leveled. Please have it leveled before you walk. Please have it leveled before you walk into Bethagor, or at least at a decent level. I say have it at least maybe level 10 or 15 maybe. I would prefer that you guys have it max. I mean, even if you couldn't work on it and reconstruct it to the max on everything, I would prefer that you at least have it at level 20. At least have it maxed before you walk in Belphegor. The reason why is because the more machine damage that you have, the more damage that you do against Belphegor. That's why I keep telling everyone to have it on display or have it on auto apply. So because I had an experience where I would take people who were like 30 mil plus or 40 mil plus, right? The thing is, they would slide in my party and they wouldn't even have machinery damage on. So I would go and I would do my usual carry, right? We would be spending 3 or 4 minutes in the dungeon. People dying, people not even caring about switches, like for example, Lovecraft, people not caring about switches and everything. I'm over there trying to do my job, carrying. My party members are not really helping me. They're not even hitting switches. We're over there seeing the floor of stamps we're over here seeing the floor get covered with stamps. We're all dying left and right because no one's hitting switches. I'm over here trying to fight the boss. Nobody's backing me up and hitting switches. I'm looking around like, why? What the fuck? No one's hitting switches and stuff, right? And I go outside. I go out. Then, Gormley even. People keep jumping into the bunnies. People keep running into the bunnies. Fucking it up on purpose, too. And I'm just sitting here like, what in the world is going on? I can't carry it like I want to. Guys, please, you gotta help me. So, after a while, I got tired of it. I calmed down, and I left the dungeon. I asked the buyer who was running with me, I was like, okay, why do we keep dying? And the buyer tells me, first off, the Yunha that's 40 mil, yeah, they don't even have machinery damage on. So basically, this 40 mil was expecting me to carry them instead of putting in work. Okay, I had to kick the Yunha. Then I found out that the Violet, because there was a Violet with me as well. I found out that the Violet was the main one fucking up the bunnies, not even trying and just dashing to the bunnies. I had to kick them too because they were making it slow. They were making it run slower and slower. So then after that, I also had to start checking people's gear now because I believe I went into CC General. Somebody was complaining about somebody below the TCP requirement. They snuck into their party for the mini raid spam, and they had the cloud over their head and everything. And then somebody was like, well, you should have checked their gear. So now I'm like, so now people are trying to sneak in parties and stuff? Great. Now I have to start checking everyone's gear and start kicking them left and right. And the sad part is I had to do it for the literal raid. I'm talking about the same raid that's in the raid mission finder. Same one that's the minimum TCP of 18 mil. Now I have to start checking everyone's gear before kicking them out. And I hate doing that. So now I gotta be like, okay. Now I have to sit here and be like, okay. Now I gotta actually start checking everyone's gear, checking everyone's damage increase, and praying that they have it on and on autopilot. That's sad. That's really sad. I really shouldn't have to do that. Y'all should know, okay, well, I want to get this done. I want to make sure that I don't die. I want to make sure that nobody else don't die so we don't have no problems. Let me have this. Let me have machinery on. Let me have it on auto apply so that way we won't have no problems. It's sad, and it's sad that I have to actually use the kick button. I never used the kick button for Asthma version 1. I never used the kick button for Asthma version 2. I have to use it for Belphegor because no one can do their part. I don't want to do that. I don't want to kick people. In fact, I hate kicking people from raid. I had to kick a J that liked to troll and everything because I don't have time for it. That's another thing. This J knew that there are mechanics that are teamwork based. It can get everyone killed, and they like killing people in raids like that. They because they say it's fun and it crushes their spirit and everything. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get my keys and go. I'm trying to carry and do what I like to do, which is help. I don't have time for your trolling. So now I have a blacklist in my head, right? So I know who I need to kick, who can stay, who I can trust in a raid with me. That's sad. I shouldn't have to do that. That I really shouldn't have to do that. It's a long list too, and I hate that. I hate that I have to do that because not many people can do their part. And then you have this Jay here that makes it worse with the trolling. I know he said he just been. I know it's supposed to be like, oh, he just likes messing with you and everything, or he just did it because you. Okay, I get that. Like, okay, I get that, but I don't have time for that. I don't want to deal with that every time. I get you thought that was funny for you, cool, good for you, but I don't have time to deal with that all the time. So now whenever I see you, I have to kick you. I don't have time for that all the time. I don't want to deal with that all the time. I can't trust, if you're gonna do, like, if I see you do that once, I can't have you in my raid. That means I can't trust you. That means I can't trust you. Like, even if you were serious that, okay, I'm actually gonna do this, I'm gonna end up kicking you because I can't trust you. I trusted you to not do it, and you did it. Now I can't trust you. Now if I see you, I have to kick you. Like, stuff like that. And then there's a Luna. The Luna's actually on the top TCP, I think. I'm not gonna say names, but the Luna's actually on the top TCP. The Luna actually has X rank, however. You would think this Luna would know mechanics, right? No, this Luna literally jumps into the bunnies and fucks it up. And does it every time. I had to put them on the blacklist. Like, and then the same J fucks up the cube phase. The cube phase is literally the easiest phase of the raid. You just literally have to hit the cube to the other side and of the map, the other side to the matching color space. The J purposely pushes the cube out of the space just to get everyone killed and had fun doing that. I don't have time for that. I just want to carry. I just want to help and carry and get my keys. That's all. Like, I can't even trust people to do their part, or sometimes I feel like I can't even trust people to do their part. It's sad that it's sad that I literally have to start kicking people. This shit is so bad that I have to kick people. And I don't like kicking people from raids. Because I also know how it feels to, like, not be wanted in a raid or whatever, or not be chosen and stuff like that. I had to deal with that in an old game. So the fact that now I have to start kicking people because they either they look like they don't have the damage on, like they look like they don't have the damage, they don't have machinery damage on, their damage increases on other shit or whatever, or B, because they keep repeatedly fucking up mechanics. Another thing, I don't start kicking people that I know that fuck up mechanics until they keep doing it repeatedly. So if you fuck up something in core, I give you 3 core. I watch you. Yes, I actually watch people. I actually watch people while I fight, cause I know most of my rotations by heart. I literally watch people as they fuck up the bunny phase, and I keep mental note of that. I literally watch people while I fight Lovecraft when they don't touch toggles, so I know that, oh, I can't depend on them to hit the toggles. Guys, let me repeat what I said in my guide regarding Lovecraft. Split the party into 2 jobs. The DPSs fight Lovecraft. You guys are the carry. You guys should be the ones fighting Lovecraft. Those who can't do DPS, focus on the switches. Make sure your carries don't die. And here's the problem. Say we're in a mini raid, right? Like, okay, I understand if you don't hit the toggles in the raid itself, the 18 mil raid, of course. The mini raid, the 30 mil plus raid is different. You actually have to hit those switches to make sure that we all don't die. Do you want your entire team dying because you can't do your part and contribute? No, right? You want to drop a red too, right? I'm pretty sure you want to drop a red. You don't want to get your team killed 4 or 5 times because y'all don't know how to hit switches. Y'all don't know how to hit toggles. Y'all don't know how to tell when to hit a toggle. It's easy. The easiest way you can tell whether or not you have to hit the toggle is when you see something red above it. You'll see it. It's noticeable. But if nobody hits the toggles and everything, and then like all the toggles are, red and everything, that wave of stamps that be showing up from time to time will show up. But why is it showing up? Because no one's hitting the toggles and stuff. That's the thing. This raid, you actually have to do teamwork. Remember that advice video where I kept stressing you guys to start knowing mechanics and everything? Because if you fuck up one thing in mech raid, everybody dies. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now you understand what I was talking about. You actually have to do teamwork this time. Even though a lot of you still want to act like Chaz and be like, just DPS low, just burst it low. Yeah, these black triggers will save us. Just burst it. You got it. Guys, damage is not going to save you all the time. You can have, okay, cool. You can have that mindset, but what happens if you actually have people that can't back you up? You can say that because 9 times out of 10 you may or may not have people that can back you up. So that's the reason why you can say it. Say it if people like me stop carrying, right? Would you say that again? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't say that again. Because there are a lot of people that are 50 mil plus that can't carry for shit, that can't do DPS for shit, and still be one of the main ones relying on carries. As if there are a fucking 40 mil or 30 mil. Yeah, you can't DPS everything. You can't. Trust me, I tried. You can't DPS everything. I get that's the running joke. That's the running meme. But if I'm to be honest with you, you sound stupid, and you sound like a clown. I know somebody's gonna be salty about that, but my point is, this content, you actually have to do teamwork. I mean, you can do teamwork in the raid too to get through the raid faster. It doesn't always have to be 20 minutes plus. It can be shorter if you guys just know what to do. And I'm not saying you have to hit the switches all the time, but when you get to the final phase and Lovecraft's animations start getting faster, that's when y'all should start watching those switches. Watch those switches like a hawk. Yeah, I'm gonna make this easier for y'all. So, number 1, please, for the love of God, start going Annabelle first. The reason why y'all need to go Annabelle first is because she has the attack buff. There's a reason why Annabelle is one of the easiest to kill of the 3. I know you guys hate her super armor crash. I get it, but she had the attack buff. You need the attack buff in order for the raid to be easier and to clear quicker. You need the attack buff to clear quicker. So please start getting into the habit of going Annabelle first. Gomery has the speed buff. Lovecraft has the defense buff. You want the attack buff first. Then after that, you can go either Gomery or Lovecraft. After that, you'll find out that raid is more easier. So please get into the habit of doing Annabelle first. Please. I'm telling y'all this so that way y'all can clear raid faster. Because there are many times I will join people's raids and they'll start with Gomery or Lovecraft first. And I will look at them crazy and be like, why are y'all not going Annabelle first? Do y'all not like the attack buff? Sometimes in my head, I'm thinking y'all, that's just asking for y'all to want to kill your teammates. So please get into the habit of doing Annabelle first. There's a reason why she is actually the easiest. She is actually the easiest of the 3. So please go Annabelle first. There's a reason why. There's a reason why her name's. There's a reason why she's the easiest. And to help you, her name starts with an A. A is the first letter at the alphabet. G is G and then L. A-G-L. You can go that way, or you can go A-L-G. As long as you go Annabelle first. And please put on the machinery, not only in the raid, but in the mini raid too. Because a lot of us would very much like to stop saying have machinery on. I know I would love to stop saying please have machinery on. Because y'all should know this by now. Y'all know the mutant type. Y'all know the armor type. Not armor type. Y'all know the mutant type. Y'all should have it on. Why is it so hard to put... Guys, why is it so hard to put it on? Why is it so hard to put on the necessary mutant type on? Why? Why is it so hard to put on? Why is it... Guys, why are we all having a hard time doing something simple? Yes, it actually is simple. Believe it or not, it actually is simple. Why are we all having a hard time doing something simple? I would like to know. It actually is simple. Believe it or not. I don't want to have to keep treating y'all like y'all in kindergarten. Just have the mutant type on. Just try to learn the mechanics. And then we can all have an easier time doing raid. Help me help you. Help me help you. I would say kind of have this mindset. You want to help the carry help you. So you will very much want to try to support the carry. Or have the mindset of, oh, I don't want my carry to have a hard time carrying me. Let me see if I can try to contribute. Even the littlest things that you do to try to make sure that the carry doesn't die, it actually helps a lot. It helps wonders. It works wonders, I meant to say. So, like that. My ultimate point is, this content requires teamwork to not only clear the dungeons faster, but to make sure that everybody on your team doesn't die. So please do me a favor. Try to level up the machine. I even tried to tell you guys this before we got Buffalo Raid. To level up machinery. Machinery was one of the first things that you guys should have leveled up. I understand being lazy and everything, but now would be a good time to level that up. I understand that now we don't really have the dungeons that we had before, and well, I hate saying it. It sounded harsh, but that's a you problem. You should have leveled up before when we had the PNA ESP before. I'm sorry to sound harsh, but it really is a you problem. And so yeah, do me a favor. Start putting machinery on, please. Trust me, I and a lot of people would very much like to get through our runs quicker. And that requires everyone having machinery on, and everyone doing their part, and everyone working together as a team. That's the whole point of raids. The whole point of raids is that everyone's supposed to work as a team. There's a reason why there are teamwork mechanics. We are all supposed to work together as one, as a team. Teamwork. As a team. We are all supposed to work together. I don't mind carrying, but I don't really like babysitting. Not really much of a fan of babysitting. So, but I would very much like to be able to depend on more people. So I won't have to be much stricter when it comes to raids. I'm only somewhat strict now with raids because a lot of y'all don't really do your part. That's the only reason why I have to step up and start using the kick button. And I would very much like to stop having a reason to use the kick button. So please start doing your part and please have the mutant type on. That's all I'm trying to say. And work together as a team. We need to work together as a team. Okay? Okay. Alright. I'm done. And hope you all have a good day. And, think about it a little bit. And, yeah.